girls and gals, it's me, Ryan.T here, and let's get this show on the road. Tonight we have a special guest. Her name is...
Roxy.
All right, today we got Foxy Roxy on the podcast, and we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of shit. We're going to be talking about the election. We're going to be talking about 2020. We're going to be talking about just a bunch of shit. So let's get right into it. First of all, how are you doing? How's 2020 been for you? How have you been coping with the madness that is 2020?
Oh God, I don't even know if I'm coping sometimes. No. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's good that I learned a lot from the facility I just came out of, because that taught me a lot of freaking patience. So I basically just felt like I was locked up again, like all over again. I mean, yeah, so that's basically honestly what it freaking reminded me of. But yeah, I think it's been a challenge for all of us that helped us kind of grow at the same time. So yeah, I
think so. And I think a lot of what happened is you saw a lot of people kind of like adapt in really cool ways. At least I noticed that. I saw a lot of people kind of adapt like new business ideas and doing just new things in general. Me, for example, I started this podcast. I never had a fully functioning podcast. I always said that I wanted to do it. And I'm your typical stoner, man. I work at a fucking slow pace, so I'm just like, I'll get to it. So it took a fucking like world crushing pandemic for me to be like, you know what? Let me get to it. So I got to it.
Yeah.
And, it's really fun. And so yeah, one of the things I've been seeing is a lot of people adapting in cool ways, and I like that a lot, and I think that's really cool. And that's one of the reasons that I brought you on the podcast, because I noticed that you've been adapting also in a new way. You went on a new business venture, and I had another lady on the podcast, which was like the first episode, and she was also a female entrepreneur. So I'm really interested in not only like female and entrepreneurs in general, and so that's why I kind of wanted to bring you on, and you can kind of talk about that. And I just thought it was cool how like how people are getting new businesses and doing new things like in 2020, and we're like, you're using the COVID to make the money.
Like, we had plenty of time now. We had time to, but we didn't have time to procrastinate anymore. There was no more time to procrastinate because we had time. So
there was always something coming up. There's always something coming up, and there was always like too many fun things going on. As like fucked up as it sounds, you're just like, there was so much cool shit going on, like it's getting in the way of like real shit that I actually want to do.
Yeah, right. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I get that.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. But yeah. 2020. What's going on? What's going on with this election? What do you think's gonna happen with this election? We don't know who the president is. I feel like I'm in Groundhog's Day. Have you seen that movie Groundhog's Day before with Bill Murray, where he wakes up in the same day every day? And it's like
it's been a minute,
like
but I remember.
Didn't we do this yesterday?
I don't know what you mean.
Don't mess with me, pork chop. What day is this?
I feel like I'm in that, like it's election day again. Yeah.
Seriously, yeah, I don't know, it's freaking intense. Like, I'm just like, my mind's all over the place. And I know I post a lot of stuff on Facebook. Like, I'm not that good with history, but I just feel like I'm Team Trump. I don't know what you are, but I feel like he's done a lot better, and I don't want to be a socialist country. I feel like that's where Biden's kind of going.
Or fake news, sir.
And you know me, like you've known me for a while, and that rebellious part in me is not okay with the government kind of controlling our every move. But I mean, that's pretty much what I'm getting from it. Yeah. But I don't know. It's freaking crazy. I can't believe that it's still going on like that.
Yeah, it is crazy. And me, I think everybody knows this. Like by now, I don't like Donald Trump. I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Biden guy either. If I had to say who I'd vote for the president of Texas, Dixie Normus. That's who I'd vote for. This guy. This guy right here. My character. That
yes,
I got in trouble. I got in trouble the other day.
Except huh?
No, I was saying I got in trouble the other day for playing that character. I was at a meeting, at like a work kind of meeting. Weird, because there's these guys, they were like sitting at this other table, and we were like talking and stuff. And I was showing one of my friends a picture of me like dressed up as Donald Trump, like my profile picture. And they were kind of like, "Oh, that's funny. I saw that." And they were like, "Is that you?" They're like, "That's you, that guy in the video?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." I was like, "I'm pretending to be like this fictional like guy, like it's not real or whatever." And they were just like, "Oh yeah, like I don't think that's funny." I don't think that's funny. They're like, "You're." Long story short, yeah, it's fucking crazy. The election's crazy. I think it's crazy from either side. Like either side it's fucking nuts. Like it's just fucking nuts. It's probably one of the craziest elections that I think we've had like in like the history of fucking elections, I think.
Yeah, I don't think any of them have ever lasted that long, huh?
Well, back in 2000, they had one that lasted till December 5th, and that was, I believe, the
Al Gore that's right. Bush, oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah. Okay, so the one you were talking about, President Dixie Normus, is he like a true guy, or is he a typical politician? Like, is his title really true, or or is he just typical politician, just lying to everybody?
He's the president of Texas. He canceled Halloween, though. I don't know why he did that.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I'm really freaking out with the election and how long it's taking, and with like these mail-in ballots and stuff like that. And me personally, I don't know why we can't just vote from our fucking phone or something. Like, we're living in the fucking future. Like, why do I gotta go?
No shit, right?
Yeah, why do I gotta go to a place like I'm in the fucking Flintstones and like fucking ride on a fucking paper still, like if we're in fucking 5th grade voting for like class president. Like, I shouldn't have to fucking do that, dude. Like, there's fucking cars that drive themselves. I should be able to vote on my fucking phone. That's fucking ridiculous. I think it is.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. Like, especially with like everybody freaking out with all this stuff going on, like you would think they would do that. I don't know. That's why everything is just ironic to me. Like, even when, you know, Biden just keeps talking about I mean, I know it's a sensitive topic, but you know, about that, but yet everybody's like having to go in one place and like vote. So yeah, I mean, it would make a lot more sense.
If they were to do it by like the phone, it would be like quicker, and they would be able to tally it faster. And I know some people are like, "Oh, what if they hack it?" And I'm like, "Well, that's a problem anyway. Like, that seems to be a problem anyway. So like, why don't just do it the easier way?"
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my thinking. But yeah, I think, and then also I think the voting system in general, like we have a popular vote and a fucking electoral college. And I think my whole stance on voting, I know a lot of people don't like to hear this, but I don't really think that our vote really matters all that much. Move this man! Because we have this whole electoral college thing, and it's a two-party thing. It's like we have the popular vote and the electoral college vote. And my whole thing is, why the fuck do we need two of them? We should just only need one, which is the popular vote. Our vote of the people. That should be the only fucking vote that matters. That's my thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've always felt like that too. Like, before, I voted for Trump last time as well, but before that, I never really voted, and that was why. I mean, you know, I've always kind of been like that rebellious kind of spirit. So I was like, whatever, like, so against, you know, such a conspiracy theorist and against all that. So I'm like, whatever, shit doesn't even matter anyway. Like, but I don't know why. I guess I'm kind of like just trying new things, and I'm just like, if it does or it doesn't, I guess I don't really know at the end. So fuck it. I mean, I'm just gonna put my vote in case it does, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just like, I don't freaking trust them, so I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm just doing it just to try something different. But
I think everybody is coming to the realization that like we shouldn't trust the government. So that's kind of good. I think that everybody started to be like, the government's not trustworthy. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, people have been saying this. We've been saying this for the longest fucking time. Like, everybody's been saying this. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. It's like if they just discovered fire, they're just like,
we're supposed right? Fire bad. Fire real bad. No, so I heard we're supposed to be like in the enlightenment stage, like the what's the word? How do you say it? Like, okay, so there was the Stone Age, and then so forth, and like this is supposed to be the time of enlightenment, and that's why it seems like a lot more people are kind of like waking up to shit. But yeah, I don't really know detail on that, but
we're living in a crazy time. To be honest with you, if you were to tell me, let's say like 5 years ago, you're like in the future, Ryan. Like if I were to fucking jump into a fucking travel back in time like Marty McFly and Doc Brown and fucking be like, past Ryan, in 5 years, you're gonna have to fucking wear a mask everywhere, dude. There's gonna be like this fucking deadly virus that like fucking ravages the land. It's gonna be like fucking crazy. It's gonna be like Mad Max and shit, dude. And you'll be like, nah, fuck you, dude. That's not gonna fucking happen. I would have never fucking thought this was gonna happen. It's fucking crazy. Like we're used to it now. Like we're downplaying it now. Like we're just like, oh, it's not a big deal now because we've been living with it for a whole fucking year. Like that's how crazy it is. It's insane.
I know. I mean, I don't even know where I heard this exactly either, but I think it's, what's that one guy's name? I don't know. I heard him on a podcast one time. Young Pharaoh or something. I don't know if you've heard of him, but
I don't know if I heard of him. He's like a comedian.
I don't know. I think it's something like that. But yeah, he was talking about. No, he's more like facts and I guess like conspiracy theorist, like kind of person. But yeah, he was talking about how all the stuff that they put in the movies, like it's kind of just basically what's really gonna happen, and like I don't know, so, like he puts it in way better words, but. We're just when things like that kind of happen, we're kind of already used to it. Like when the phones came out, like they had movies before, like cell phones were invented, and just shit like that. That's kind of like foreshadowing what's gonna happen in the future.
That's true. So, that's an interesting point. I've always thought that movies foreshadow like technology, but I also think like that's not really like a weird thing. That's kind of just them showing like like, hey, like this is coming out soon. Like I'm like, all right, cool. Like I wish some of the shit in movies would happen. Like going back to talking about Back to the Future, I wish we had actual fucking hoverboards, like in that fucking movie, how that guy's fucking hoverboarding whenever
for real.
That would be fucking cool. The hoverboards we have now are not even fucking hoverboards. I hate that they call them hoverboards. They don't hover, they fucking roll. I was getting into that with my niece, and she's like, oh, it's my hoverboard. And I'm like, it doesn't hover. It's not above ground. I was like, the definition of hovering is it's above ground. I was like, it has wheels. I was like, something that hovers doesn't have fucking wheels.
It's gotta hover.
So there I was, like, arguing with like a fucking 10-year-old over like what hovering is and what rolling is. And I was like, you're fucking rolling, not hovering. It's not the same thing. I was like, I feel like I'm fucking taking crazy pills in this house. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, that's too funny.
It's crazy. Another thing that I wish was real.
I know. I argue with my 4-year-old sometimes, and I'm like, stop.
Yeah, again, kids know everything, right? They know everything. They always know everything, right? They know everything.
Yeah.
The one thing I thought was funny.
I was all sitting in the dark this whole time.
No, you're fine. You look good. Yeah, I'm sitting like I look like I'm in a strip club with this lighting that I have here. So
I love it. I love the whole vibe.
But yeah, it's insane.
I wish I could go to an actual strip club.
I do too. Speaking of strip clubs, remember when they were trying to make drive-through strip clubs a thing? I was like, how is that like feasible? Like what the fuck? That's crazy.
I know. Like, so they were trying to, or did it happen? I thought it did. I thought Cineros was doing that.
It did happen. It
did, right?
Yeah, I feel like it was like Mean Girls, where they're just like, quit trying to make fetch a thing. It's not gonna happen. Stop. Like, stop. It's not gonna catch on. Drive-through strip clubs are not gonna fucking catch on.
Stop saying fetch.
Yeah, the whole point is to touch them, not see them through my window like I'm a depressed person.
Exactly. Like, oh my god. Well, I think it probably, for the girls, it was probably better. It probably would have been a better time for me to go work.
Right.
Besides the money, though.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because I would have had, they were able to touch me, but I wouldn't have had that much money. So yeah.
Yeah, it would have been like a car wash, like an erotic car wash, but with no washing. You're just like, hey, there's a chick. So that would have been interesting. I should have gone to it. I should have gone.
Just wash it with your eyes.
Yeah, I should have gone that. I should have gone to one of them when they had it. That would have been an interesting experience. I had a friend of mine that actually went.
I know you should have.
I had a friend of mine that went to one, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, like I just had to go." And I was like, "Man, you need to see a counselor. You have a sex addiction, my brother." I was like, "Jesus Christ, man." I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?"
How was it? What did he say?
He was just like, "It wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be." I'm like, "Yeah, because you're in your fucking car, dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the shit?"
Wow.
And I was like, "Imagine
That's
like
hilarious."
And you know what's even sadder? They're doing.
He had to go.
Yeah, that's what's even sadder, that he had to go. I was like, "What's wrong with you, dude?" I was like, "What's going on in your life that you had to go?" I was like, "Jesus." Yeah.
He quarantine, baby.
Yeah. He's like, "I don't have internet. I can't look at porn. I don't know, my phone got disconnected, I guess."
Right. Right. He got tired of staying stuck at home.
Yeah,
he was like,
yeah.
Titties.
But
oh my God.
another thing that's weird that I noticed, I don't know if you saw this, I saw it on social media, that they're doing like the like sitting on Santa's lap and stuff like that, but you can't actually sit on Santa's lap. Like you kind of just like walk up to like a fucking plexiglass thing, and like Santa Claus is there, and he's just like, "Hey, I'm here." The kids are like, "There he is."
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah, like you can't.
Like that's what's happening?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'll put it.
I don't know. I don't even know why it's a freaking surprise to me at this point. Like.
Yeah, that's what's happening. I'll put a picture of it whenever I edit the podcast. I'll put a picture of it. It's like they're doing it at Bass Pro Shop, and it looks like the most fucking depressing thing that I've ever seen in my life. Like more depressing than a drive-through strip club and somebody having to fucking go.
And that's depressing.
Yeah. And it sucks because like in the picture, like they try to make it like as Christmassy as possible, and you just see the kid, and he's like kind of like standing there. He's like, "Santa's there," and Santa Claus is just like, "Hey." Like just kind of like just like thrown there, just like.
He's probably all drunk back there.
Yeah, he's like infested with like COVID and shit. He's just like, "I'm Santa Claus." It's not fun, dude.
Don't get near me. Look at COVID.
Yeah, it's not a fun time. It looks like instead of bad Santa, it looks like the worst fucking Santa. Like it's the worst version of fucking Santa possible. Speaking of,
I don't know.
Holidays are gonna be weird.
I mean, whatever, like however people feel, but this COVID thing is like just it's too much already. It's too much for me.
No, yeah, me and you both. And I mean, I would like to say that like when 2021 comes, that it's gonna be over, but I honestly don't think that anymore. Like I remember like the back in the gold days when we were just like, yeah, it's only gonna last for like a month. Like remember when we thought that? Like Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Like fuck.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I know. I'm like, there's no way they're gonna lock down everything. There's no way they're gonna make everybody wear masks everywhere. Like, dude, I was like, you're not. My mom was trying to tell me, oh, even when you go outside or something, if they catch you walking, like you had to wear a mask. And I'm like, you're not about to fucking make me wear a mask.
Yeah,
like
at first
we are in a free country.
Yeah.
Like fuck that.
Yeah, at first everybody didn't know what was going on, and they were kind of like saying like a lot of like rumors and stuff, and then people were just like, oh, okay, just in the store, okay, I get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess I get that. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and then it just.
Me and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then it just got crazy, and then I was like, okay, but I don't know. It's hard because it's like I don't really believe in the numbers and stuff, and I don't know. I just think even like when you go to the restaurants and you have to like walk in with your masks and stuff, but then you sit down and you eat, like, I mean, what's the difference?
I will agree. There's some rules that are stupid and stuff like that, and I'm sure other people that work at restaurants, like waitresses and waiters and stuff like that, will also agree with you or agree with us in saying that like there's a lot of fucking rules that are really dumb in restaurants. And the one thing that I think is really dumb right now is that bars can't open up, but restaurants can be open, and places like Applebee's and Chili's and stuff that have like bars and stuff like are still able to be open. And my whole thing
or the gym.
Yeah, and my whole thing is like, well, if I could go eat, or if I wanted to, if I could go eat somewhere, you know, and I just have to wear a mask when I go in, and I can take it off and go eat. Well, what's the difference between that and going to the bar? I mean, is eating like stopping coronavirus from going into me, or what? I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the coronavirus is real. Like, I'm not trying to say it's not real. Like,
yeah, no, I'm not saying it's not
real. There's people
either.
fucking dying from that shit. But I mean, like, there is some ridiculous shit going on, like, with it. I mean, I will agree to that. That is true. That is really true.
Yeah, it's just because I really feel like the media and stuff just tries to implant fear in people. So it's not that I don't think that it's real. Like, I think it's very much real. And, you know, yes, like, you know, my condolences go out there to people who have actually lost a family member or anything to it. But I don't think that they talk about the actual numbers when people are actually recovering. Like, the recovering rate percentage is like way higher than, you know, people actually dying from it. And I really think that I had it in the beginning of the year as well, before it was like known out here, because I was really, really bad. Like, I had no idea. I was like literally telling myself, like, man, I feel so shitty. Like, I'm gonna freaking die. Like, I need to go to but I didn't want to go to the hospital. So I just, it took maybe about a week or almost 2 weeks, and I could not get out of bed, nothing. Like, my mom had to take care of my kids, and I had never been that sick before. So I really think that's what it was. But
yeah. And you didn't get tested? You've never been tested or anything?
I got tested in the summer, but this was like, when I got sick like that, this was like in, I want to say February or January or something, somewhere around there. So yeah, but
honestly, I think whenever it was first happening and stuff, well, even before, like, whenever they had came out and said, like, oh, it was, when they said, oh, it was here earlier than we thought, like, we just didn't know about it.
Yeah.
I remember being like, and I talked about this on another podcast. I was like, I remember being like so fucking sick, like with the flu, like so bad that like I literally thought I was gonna fucking die. Like, I remember like my head felt like it was gonna explode, and like my chest hurt, and like I was just like fucking like I couldn't do anything. And then I was just like, maybe it was that. But then I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, some other people, like the way they described it when they got it, I was just like, that sounds like even worse. I was like, well, I don't know what the fuck it is, but I don't fucking want it. I was like, yeah. That shit. I was like, I don't even want to fuck around with that shit, dude.
I think people got like their reactions were kind of different. Because some people would get certain symptoms and, you know, others didn't. But that's basically how I felt. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, because I remember feeling like that too. So
Nambe, dude.
I don't wish it upon anybody.
Nambe, dude, with my bad luck, I'll get the fucking corona, my fucking arm will fall off or some shit. Like, that'll be my system, my fucking symptoms. I'll be like, what happened to Ryan? Oh, he got the fucking rona and his fucking right arm fell off. That's what happened to him. I don't know. It was fucking weird. You got a new strain, dude. His fucking arm fell off and shit. Yeah, man. That's what fucking happened to me.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I have terrible fucking luck, like, with everything. It's insane. I'm not lying.
Oh God, me too. I'm surprised everyth's been kind of going smooth lately.
yeah. Hey, that's good. That's good. It's like that's like they say in the movie The Crow. It can't fucking rain all the time. Sometimes you have to have good moments, and in between all the fucking bad shit, there's brief moments of fucking awesomeness. That's what I always say. That's what I always say.
Well, those are the moments we live for. So.
Yeah. And then in between, we can complain about all the bad moments.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. That's what it's about. That's what we do, man.
I mean, how bored would we be if we did it? Fucking perfect all the time.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh my God.
Man. Oh my God. It's crazy, man. I swear, like, this year, and it feels good just to even have a talk like this. I mean, it feels good. I mean, it really does. I mean, it's just, man, this year, my God.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've ever read any of Napoleon Hill's books, but he has, I think it's Think and Grow Rich, or I don't know if it's the other one, but yeah, he pretty much talks about, like, meeting your other self, and that's kind of what this whole thing reminds me of, because people were kind of forced to, you know, like you said as well, like you were finally able to start your podcast and start doing, you know, what it is that you've been wanting to do, and I feel like this either made a lot of people or broke a lot of people, and you know, so I mean, we're pretty much being introduced to our whole different, you know, personality and how we go about things and handle things, because it definitely has been tough, for sure.
Totally. And I also miss concerts. I want to go to a fucking concert. Jesus Christ. I miss going to concerts.
I bet.
I haven't had a concert in forever. I've gone to the movies in like a year. It's insane.
I've been to the movies already.
There's been nothing for me to watch. There's nothing really that I'm like, oh, I gotta go review it. I gotta go check it out.
Like it's worth it.
Yeah, like it's worth it. Like I said,
let me go get coughed on for this movie.
I get the COVID and my fucking nose would fall off or some shit. Like, yeah, that's what would happen.
Or your eyes for wanting to watch the movie.
Yeah. I would never be able to review anything ever again. and then I'm sure everybody would be like, oh, thank God, he'd fucking never have to see him again.
No way. I would be so sad.
But yeah, it's crazy, and it feels weird. Like I would go to the movies like 4 times a week. I would go like 4 times a week. Yeah, I would go, and then I would go to like all of them in the Valley. I would make sure to go to like the one in Edinburgh and Far, Harlingen, all of them. And now I can't go. I haven't been able to go because no good.
Why did you do that? You were like rating the place or what? I mean, like.
I would just for you know, different, just to do something
just
different.
To be.
Some of them have better beer.
Wow, that's interesting.
Some of them have better beer than the other ones. I mean, and then
I can't tell you, Roxanne, if I don't go to all of them.
Yeah. And then sometimes I would have like I would roll like a lot of blunts, and I would be in my old truck, my gold truck, and I'd be like, I'm gonna smoke. I want to drive all the way to McAllen for 45 minutes and just be like, yeah. Like, I mean, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Though that's the beauty of having a ride, right? I was with that one for so long. That's how I feel now. I just want to drive everywhere. Like I just want to live in my car.
No shit. Yeah, no shit. I recently got that new car that I bought, and I have such bad luck with fucking cars. And I was telling this story the other day on the podcast, and I was driving in the back roads, and I was gonna go to McAllen to run some errands, and like I was driving right, and like I was with like my nieces and my mom and stuff, and they came with me and stuff, and so we're driving, and I noticed like in the road there was like mud in the back road, and like my Jeep's not 4x4, like it's just like it's a Jeep Renegade, like it's like meant for the highway, and so I was like thinking to myself, I was like, should I just reverse? And I was like, I look back, and I was like, there's not enough room. Like, it's going to be kind of tight. Like, I might you know, get stuck in the middle like that and won't be able to like get out. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going to reverse a little bit, and I'm just going to fucking shotgun it. I was like, I won't get fucking stuck, dude. Fuck that shit. I was like, fuck the bullshit, man. And I was like, fucking like, you know, I was in the car, dude. I was in my Jeep. Like, if I was like fucking Vinny D, dude, like Vin Diesel, I was just like, yeah, family. And like, when I was like revving that bitch up, right? Fucking took off. And then like the fucking Jeep was going, and I was like looking at Mita. Mita's like looking at me, and I was like, yeah! And she's just like, no! And like get stuck in the fucking mud, get like stuck in the mud hardcore, and I'm like, fuck, god damn it! Like hitting the fucking steering wheel and shit. I'm like, fucking shit!
Your whole moment.
Fuck, like it ruined everything! I was like, I knew that was gonna fucking happen. Shit! And so like I got out of the fucking I got out of the Jeep. And the worst part was like there was these dudes like working on like the electric poles and stuff, and like they saw the whole fucking thing, and they were just like, this fucking idiot over here, dude. Fucking dumbass. And I was just like, looking at him. I was like looking at him and like looking at my Jeep. I was like, are you gonna fucking help me push this thing out? And they were like, yeah, man. Then they came over there and like they were trying to help me and stuff, and I was just like, fuck, dude. And like I was like telling my mom, I was like, get in the driver's seat and try to like put it in fucking reverse, dude, and they're gonna push it and like push the gas and stuff, and like she puts it in like neutral, I think, and she like pushing the gas, and she's like just like sitting there, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, what are you doing, dude? I was like, and she's like, you said. I was like, it's not even in reverse. I was like, fuck, I hate everything. I was like, I hate this day. I was like, I hate everything.
Just sitting there.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And so eventually I call my dad, and I'm like, Dad. I'm like, I got stuck in the mud or whatever, and he comes and he pulls me out, but he wraps the rope to pull me out. He wraps it on like the bottom where the tires are, and I was like, oh, hopefully like nothing fucks up. And like he's pulling me, and all I hear is like, and I'm like, fuck and shit. I'm like, fuck, and like I drive the car. And I'm like driving it, and I'm like, okay, I think it's all right, I guess. And then I start driving like above like 30 miles per hour. Then I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, what is it all fucking shaking and shit? And like it's fucking shaking like crazy. And I was like, fuck, dude. I couldn't drive the car for like 3 weeks. I had to take it to like the dealer, and like it was a whole fucking fiasco. All because I got fucking stuck in like a fucking small patch of mud. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, only me. The worst fucking luck ever.
You had a moment.
I was about to have a fucking stroke, dude.
You had a star moment. You wanted to be Vin Diesel.
No, because I really thought in my mind, I really thought I was like,
you were gonna make it.
I was like, dude, I'm gonna go fast enough, and it's just gonna like the speed. I was like, the fucking speed of the car, dude. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what, dude? And like, and you know what the fucked up part is? The even more fucked up part? My dad, he reversed the Jeep and fucking drove out like that. He didn't even. What the fuck? He can do it and I can't do it. What the fuck?
Oh my god, that's hilarious. You're so bad.
I was like fucking baffled. I was like about to go fucking out back and drown myself in the fucking canal, dude. I was like, what the fuck? Jesus Christ.
It's good thing you weren't near a canal.
Oh, God.
You're like arguing with a 10-year-old and then with your dad. Why did I make it through?
Yeah, they were like, this is your fault. They were like, dude, this isn't anybody else's fault. You didn't make it through. They're like, this is not an us thing. This is fucking you, dude. But I was just like, oh, yeah, I'm stupid. Fuck. Well,
oh my god, you're crazy.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah. Okay, so then I want to know about you. I want to know what you're doing. So like you started your podcast?
How I started all of this stuff, I started reviewing movies about like, I want to say like I started reviewing movies back in like 2014. I was like unemployed, and I went to go watch this movie called Tusk. And it was made by one of my favorite directors, Kevin Smith. He made like Clerks and Jane, Silent Bob and shit like that. And so I was watching it, and I was like, it's a crazy fucking movie. I was like, I want to like tell people about this fucking movie. This is fucking crazy. And I was like, how do I do that? And then I was like, I had never really watched YouTube. Like I had never got into YouTube. Like, and people would, because YouTube was like really new when I was like in high school. Like 2009, like YouTube was barely like coming up, you know what I mean? And so I was kind of like I didn't really know anything about YouTube. And then so one day, a friend of mine, she's like, hey, I have a YouTube channel. And I was like, the fuck is a YouTube channel? Like I was like ignorant, like a fucking 50-year-old man. I was like, the internet? What?
What is that?
Is it in my phone? And like I was like, what? I gotta get it. And she was like, yeah. She was like, remember the other day you were talking about like, you wanted to tell people about this movie you saw. She's like, why don't you make a YouTube channel? And I was like, all right, cool. And then I made my first YouTube channel called Otherworldly Reviews. terrible name, fucking horrible name. The worst name that you can pick for your YouTube channel. Like the worst fucking name. And I was like, I look like a little baby. I like in my first movie review, I look like a little baby.
I want to see it.
Yeah, and I'm like, today I'm gonna review Tusk, and like I'm going like through puberty. I'm like, the movie. Yeah, no, no, but
I'm like in puberty in 2014.
Yeah. You were Ryan. You were 23. No.
Yeah.
No, but I look like a little kid in the movie, in the review. I started doing it from then, and then I took a break for like 2 years. At one point, I took a break for like 2 years, and then like I came back, and like this is the second wave of like me doing it, and now it's bigger than ever. Now more people watch it and stuff, and it's weird. I mean, to be honest with you, 2020 has been the best year for like the Ryan.T Show like stuff that I do, because everybody was at home for the beginning of the year, and I guess nobody had anything to do, and I was kind of just like, I was like, I'm gonna get after it, man. I was like, this is my time right now, and like, if people are gonna want to watch anything that I do, it's gonna be right now when they don't have literally anything to fucking do. I was like, if they don't want to watch me when they don't have anything to fucking do, I was like, I have a big fucking problem, dude. I was like, I need to fucking stop doing it then. I was like, it's done then. I was like, it's over with. But luckily,
I love you. You're so dramatic.
But luckily, it worked out. It worked out good. It worked out good, and now it's starting to pick up a little bit more. I think what I need to do is throw a little bit of money at it, like production wise, and just to promote it and stuff like that. I think the next step is just to throw some money at it, to do something like that, and maybe maybe even buy a space, maybe buy like a small office or something, so I could just do everything out of there, or maybe just buy one of those little small houses on the side of the road that they fucking sell and make that like an office. But yeah, I think it's time. I think I already grew bigger than my fucking bedroom that I have here. So I need to, it's time to get up there. I gotta pump some money into it. Yeah. But
I would totally, you should totally start doing that, because I plan on being a fan for a lot longer. I haven't really been like, I'm just getting used to all of this technology and being on all the time myself because of the business, but I would really like to support you a lot more. But I think you have a really good talent, and I love watching you, and I think you should definitely expand yourself and keep doing what you're doing, because I enjoy it very much.
Same to you. I think you need to keep doing what you're doing. You're doing better than me. You're actually making money off of the thing that you're doing. I'm not making any money off of this. I'm doing it for free. That's why I said, going back to people adapting, you've done a really good job, and that's why I wanted to bring you on here too, to give you a little bit of a pat on the back. I think you need that. You're doing a really good job right now, and you need to keep at that. And just keep at that pace, and you know what I mean? Don't let anybody like slow you down. You're doing good, Foxy Roxy. Just keep it up.
Thank you.
We're both doing good.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a little challenging sometimes, but I enjoy it very much, and I wish like the women or even men that I try to speak to when I'm like posting my content or going live or something, like I wish they would really understand that everything that I'm saying or trying to get out there is like with true passion and like real, because this business really did help change my life, because it's not just about the money, it's not just about the hair products, or the products in general. Like it's really helped me like kind of frame myself and direct me into, other things in my life that I needed discipline with and, direction with and stuff, and even like financially. So, it kind of just keeps me on track with that. And then being just around hearing from positive women all the time as well that are trying to do the same thing, and you're not like, our conversations and our goals and our, like it's always something more like bigger and more, and we never know what we're gonna get, except the fact that it's always gonna be like positive and evolving. And I love that, and I needed that so bad in the time of my life when this opportunity came to me. So I mean, I really honestly don't know where I would have been right now without it, and that's because it's only been like 4 months. So I could just imagine, you know, like of course moments get hard and stuff, and there's days that, you know, I definitely have to keep pushing myself, because like I say in my stories and stuff, like it's not easy being your own boss, you know. I mean, you know, that's basically what you're doing right now too, except you're, you know, not making money yet, but for us to show up for something yet. You know, for us to show up for ourselves, like, you know, is very way more challenging than to just give up and just sit there and not do anything. I mean, we've been there too. We were doing that, you know, as well, and procrastinating with all this stuff that we wanted to do, and to actually commit to something and show up, you know, it's like, it's so I think, you know, when we do accomplish things like this, like we do need to give that recognition to ourselves, because of all the work that we put in. And especially like now, you know, I've signed up like 3 market partners, and the other 2 haven't really been working, but the last one I signed up is, you know, she's doing good, and she's really trying her best. And now it's like I'm getting into that management stage, and you know, where I'm like starting to create my own team, and I'm like, like I am basically a boss. I mean, she can outrank me whenever she wants, and that's what I love about this business, is that you can rank up as fast as you want, as quick as you want, like, you know, but that's the reason why this company pays you like that, because we're basically managing a team until they can do it on, you know, themselves. So we're mentoring them, and you know, I remember the first time I realized that, and I was like, because she was asking, you know, for help and stuff, and which of course that's what I do, you know, that's what we're there for. But I was like, oh my God, like I can't even, like I really, you know, was like, shit, what did I get myself into? But not in a bad way. It was just like a moment of realization. I was like, oh my God, like I felt like a mother all over again. I was like, I cannot give up. Like even if I wanted to, you know, someday, like I cannot give up on these women either, or you know. So I'm like, I have to be there. I mean, not that I ever even want to give up anyway, like but it's cool, you know. So it teaches you all that as well, and just to go out there and you learn about network marketing, and you know, so there's no quotas, like there's no, you know, we really do mean it when we're saying like there's no quotas, there's no commitment, like you buy the pack and that's it. Like I can't believe it was even that simple. Like and then, you know, the money that I've made with it, and I plan to make way more. So I wish that, you know, I just think it's kind of like I think a lot of people have a lot of fear in them or something, and they're just so used to all the negativity that it's so easy for them to follow that, you know, like especially when they review something. And it's like, I mean, if you put in the search bar like, oh, is this company bad, or what, like, are they fraud, or they're fake, whatever, like you're gonna get like bad reviews first thing, you know what I mean? Like so I just think it kind of sucks that people draw into that, like faster than they do like the positivity. But it's out there. I mean, if people want it, they can find it. So
that's interesting. Well, that's interesting. That's good. I mean, hey, like everything else. I mean, if it works for you, I mean, so what? You know what I mean? I mean, so be it. If it works for you, that's what you do. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I think it's good. Yeah. I think it's good if it's working for you. Hell yeah. This is